it's obvious that everything's going that way, right? Honestly, I just don't like the aesthetics. So I was kind of lazy, and I kind of hoped in the back of my mind that PG&E would be forced to be competitive from a rate perspective, and the cost wouldn't necessarily justify the ugly aesthetics. But I started doing the math and realized that's not really playing out that way. In fact, it's getting worse, and then the tax credit was going, it's just going to get reduced a little bit. I wanted to get the full credit. Everyone's pretty accessible, so even from the initial conversation with you, you got it to the house pretty quick. A lot of the feedback I got from a couple of the other firms I talked to was, hey, we'd like to get you done this year, but probably can't get you done. And you were accessible and you were able to commit. And you say, hey, we'll get you done this year, but you got to move like now, right? Because you're approaching kind of the end of the window to make it happen. But you met the time frames you said you would meet, so that was great. The crew was pretty accessible. Kathy was accessible too, so it was good. It was really good. From an investment perspective, I think, so it kind of skewed the math a little bit because I purchased more panels than I need for the future electric vehicle I'm praying to God I'm going to get, next year. But I think the payback typically should be like 4-ish type years. That's a pretty good rate of return for an investment, right? Yeah, I spent a little bit of extra dough and got the slightly like more upper tier panel, and actually one actually looks kind of slick. It looks like your phone. So I would, for me, it was worth the extra money. And it's like one of those things, when you get a new car and all of a sudden you see like that version of the car driving around town all over the place. You're like, man, I didn't realize so many people had a Toyota Camry, right, or whatever it is. You don't realize how many homes already have solar panels until you start kind of looking at them. So I do think that they kind of blend in. So I was worried about the aesthetics, but it wasn't an issue. And you guys are pretty good about helping us try to hide it. So we put them in the back of the house and as far away from the street as possible. So. Yeah, well, it's kind of black or white. So I'm not sure why somebody can have that perspective. Honestly, you pay whatever you pay every month for PG&E, and you're going to pay whatever you're going to pay for the solar. So you just do the math and figure out what your payback is, and like a 4-year payback is a pretty good investment from an investment perspective. I think usually a 7 or 8 year payback is for typical investments, financial investments is what people try to obtain. So 4 years is pretty solid. So I don't understand that frame of mind. Speed. You guys are pretty quick, and you met expectations, which is nice. You set expectations and met them. Yeah, I'd say it makes financial sense, kind of a financially minded guy. So it makes financial sense. I give it some strong consideration. And you guys are good to work with, so I'd say I definitely